we have to accept the other option that I present. And the reason is to be able to unveil, to reveal all these things, to also to prove that these things are not encouraging something sound and peaceful, that these things are the roots and the problems that have developed into our life that makes it so tough for us. But until these things are done, no way, we cannot be able to have that strong will power to sort of confidently, conclude that, hey, what we have is the best. In fact, it's obviously demonstrated to us in our everyday life that it is not. I mean, others accept, and others, hypocritically go along with it. That's entirely something that others will say that, hey, if you can beat the dog, you join the dog. You can. I mean, there isn't any other choice we have. That's the only thing we've got. Yeah. You speak like somebody who has been imprisoned, and so he has to start learning to adapt or to accept the environment, his newfound environment. He had no choice. He's locked up in there. So if that doesn't happen, then there is an issue. But if a man should not allow himself to be ruled by any other, any other. It limits you. Your talent will be tapped on by the other, uselessly with no benefit to yourself. It might try to, but that's how it's been for a long time. It will just take advantage of you. It will take that advantage of you. What I mean taking advantage of you here is just as it's been for long. That is all the other begin to make himself superior over the other. Only because he got what you have got and kept what he has already got. So he had it in double. He had it in abundance. And then he sort of determines how much he should give you, whilst he serves himself with any amount that he wants for himself. So even to be able to have enough to reserve it, and cutting down what you are rightfully due you. Because obviously he has control over everything, your life and everything that comes along with it. So what else can you do? So if you are able to stand on your grounds and defend yourself, whichever level we have become, that generation has turned out to be, whether colonized before, whether others are successful than you or not, within your own confine, you keep to the roots of holding on to whatever you have got. Making sure that, having still respecting yourself and knowing that, whatever I am, whatever I should be able to, have my own initiative, not in a bad way to sort of disrupt any other, but confidently accepting that which you think, which is logical and good and mindful to sort of embrace, because life is just what you have now, and if you end up into the hands of the other, well, how worthy would that be for you? It will be worthy for the other, obviously, but not to you. So the idea of religion and culture, I see, it's only a mission to to make us captive, to capture us into a state where it sort of give others, the privilege of beyond what probably is rightfully due to them, having it so much. Because if you look carefully at the storyline, the gods of that time and what they were doing, or whatever the people who had their gods believe, was that they went in for the god to get power, to sort of be able to overcome others that probably they envied, or for exercising that to show or demonstrate to the other that they are powerful. People, the humans' quest for power was being tested beyond and it was really being approached in a ridiculous way, because it was so much not necessary. People took their life and died for all that, just to capture or take control of the other. It doesn't mean that they have enough, they were okay, but greediness, how they say it's improving people's life, whichever way it is, they chose that option. Probably they were not provoked, they were not invited, they just take it upon themselves at that time, inspired by whatever words, and they took onto that mantle or that role of establishing something better for themselves. Now, whatever situation you are now, people are now doing everything to sort of promote their gods and make their gods accepted and say, this is the best way, this is the good way, this is right for you and I. And convincingly, they're doing well, because they're doing well on the basis, mostly on the basis that people don't have any choice anymore. I mean, if you still have power to manipulate and control and have a lot and own a lot of which probably belong to me as well, you own it now. What choice do I have than to give in to your ridiculous ideas, whether I like it or not? Because you first put me in a situation where I have no choice to be able to embrace myself or embrace what I usually know of. And it happened also because at that time I wasn't very much solidly stable or balanced in such a way that I'll be able to defend myself, that I was so disorganized. And that was the case. People always tap onto your weaknesses. Sometimes you'll be put in a situation where others they can as easily dwell on that and use that as a means to sort of denounce you or take advantage of you. It's something that men over time has chose that evil ways of doing things, and it doesn't mean nothing can be done. They are inspired. They have reasons to do what they do. They see it as okay. It's lovable. It's okay to sort of have a life and to be able to sort of be on top of it. On top of it, that nothing is beneath, is above you. Have your own dependent, self-dependent, and the self, assured, dependable life. But do they think that the other also will feel that he also will be suitable in the same situation? They don't give a damn about that. They don't care. Now, I'm actually looking straight at the writings of the books that we depend on, which is the Bible. That's the Holy Bible. It's a red letter Bible, actually. I also have a Possibility Thinkers book. That's another Possibility Thinkers Bible for Christianity. We also have the Quran, which is also from Abdullah. For the Islamic people, they use that a lot as a book that inspires them. Now, all this group of people, what are they really doing with their life, or what has ended them, strongly believing what they believe in? The same reasons that I had to believe in what I believe in, or shifting from whatever belief I used to have. The same reasons. Normally, it's not often any kind of different, but it was placed into your life by those ahead of you. You were made to think that, it is the right thing. It's the good thing. It's better. You were made to think that this is the ultimate source by which you have come from. Now I am realizing that no matter what they say, the spirit that took control of the Islamic people or took control of